Welcome back to Daska Discusses. There are action movies, and then there's Predator. Yep, I'm talking about 1987 Predator starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. On the surface, it's everything 80s worship. Muscles, machine guns, cigars, and men built like comic book heroes. You've got Arnold Schwarzenegger at his physical peak. Down, up, down, up. You've got the handshake that shook the world. You've got one-liners, but here's one thing. Halfway through, it stops being an action movie. The guns get louder and somehow more useless. The jungle gets darker. And what was once like a macho movie turns out to be more of a horror. And in the end, it's not about muscles. It's not about firepower. It's about survival. Tonight, we're talking about why Predator isn't just an 80s classic. It's a trap, and we're walking straight into it. And I have a dear old friend of mine, Kosta Papa, here to join us to discuss that. A huge fan of Arnold and his films and a big, action film aficionado. Kosta, how are ya?
Good, mate. Thanks. And by the way, at the start, that was not a soundbite of the Predator voice. That was me.
That was you. Do it again. Go on. I think the first time was...
I think my throat needs to be a bit more lubricated.
Yeah,
I think that was okay. But
I think the first time was better. Now tell me, Kosta. We're going to be doing the whole thing in a Arnold voice. When did you first see Predator?
Oh, mate. I got to say, I was around 12 years old.
Wow. So that was my next question. How old were you?
I was young. I was ready. I was amongst the mix of Arnold Schwarzenegger, Stallone, Jackie Chan films, all coming out at once. But something came to me. Something just fantastic.
Did it scare you? Did it scare you or just blow you away?
Look, to be honest, Predator was probably the one action film that was brutal.
Okay.
One of the most brutal action films. You know, you see your commandos, you see everything else, you see blood sport, you see all that kind of stuff, and then you don't see people upside down on a tree.
We'll talk about that. You're spoiling it all. But yeah, they are different action films. Yeah. Blood sports, different martial arts, commandos, different. But you're right though. Predator, when I told you I want to do this podcast, you're like, why couldn't we do Commando? I'm like, no, Con. You like Predator, and you don't understand how good it was because let's talk about it. Talk about the setup of the film, the squad, Poncho, Matt. Oh, can you hear that?
Yeah.
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Poncho, Mac, Hawkins, Blaine, Dutch, Billy, Dylan, and of course Anna later.
Yeah.
The opening rescue mission with the long tall Sally in the chopper. Go tell long tell Sally. How good is that? How good is the chopper scene? Because you know why it's good?
It's a great opening.
It's a really nasty habit you got there. It's some humor in it.
It's not just that. It's like they didn't know what they were about to enter.
Well, yeah. It's like they've got this bravado around them, and like Jesse the Body Ventura is sitting there and he's chewing the tobacco, and then what's his name? Mac is shaving, and it's like. It's funny, but then...
Spits at his boot.
Yeah, spits at his boot. It's a real nasty habit you got there. Did you think it was just another action movie at first? And who was your favorite character? Well, actually, yeah. Who was your favorite character out of that squad?
Well, as a massive Arnold Schwarzenegger fan, I got to say, Dutch.
Oh, but if it wasn't Dutch...
I'd say Carl Weathers. Carl Weathers is pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, fair enough. Now... They've been on the chopper. They get onto the chopper. They get down to the ground into the jungle, right? And you can just feel like, they filmed this in the jungle, right? And you can feel the humidity. You can feel the heat. The actual squad themselves feel like a real military squad. Did you know that Poncho was actually a Vietnam vet as well? I heard.
Yeah, I've read that.
Yeah. And he's a very underrated character. But you go from there. You go from that scene, and then they find that chopper. And they see, what do they see, Con?
Well, they see jungle. They don't know what they're going into.
Yeah, but when they find that chopper, when Billy goes through, what is it, that sound? Do that sound? And then what do you see? Those bodies?
The bodies.
That's pretty full on for like a 12-year-old, yeah.
Skinned, upside down, dripping blood. I think
on TV they never showed that, and I remember borrowing it on video.
I think Poncho's the first one that has blood dripping on his uniform.
Yeah.
And then they all look up.
Yes.
And they see it.
Okay. Gotcha.
And then it all starts to begin.
It all starts to begin, and then we get the first, can I just say, you get the first kind of like indication of something when you hear that sound.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And what is that sound, Kosta?
That is searching, going to find you.
But what is trying to find you?
It's the heat map.
You know what we didn't talk about? The opening,
it's
like
that. It's like a heat sensor. Isn't
it's the heat sensor, yeah. But we didn't talk about the first like minute of the film that a lot of people miss out on, and even I did as a kid because I taped it off TV. Do you remember the first like minute and a half of this movie before the dun 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 before all
Dutch landing?
before this? No, before give me my stogie. I'm going to talk to Dylan. We're talking before that. Do you remember before that? You don't remember?
I can't remember, no.
There's the ship. There's like up in space.
Yes.
There's like a ship that comes past it, like the ship, and then like a little part detaches, a pod, and goes down into Earth. And a lot of people miss that if you watch it on TV because you're like, oh yeah, whatever, you go to tape things and whatever. But people do miss it.
Well, if you haven't seen it in a while, yeah, it's a very something that you won't sort of remember.
Costa, did it genuinely scare you, do you think?
It terrified me.
Like you were scared?
Yes.
Like
I'm 12 years old.
Mommy, where's my milk?
I was like, is this real? Is this real in the jungle? Is there something out there that can actually skin me alive?
Yeah.
And just laser me? Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Just hearing that.
Do you think it's scarier that you can't see the predator in the first half of the film?
Yes.
I'll tell you what, the way they did that too, it's I'm not going to go into it, but it's very interesting. It wasn't more of a visual effect. It was more so like kind of like very early stage chroma keying, like green screening, but there was someone actually there running and they had like reflectors off them. It's amazing. But yeah. Now, Costa, after Hawkins and Blaine get killed off, now Hawkins, his death's pretty bad, and then Blaine gets shot. The guns fail, their ego fails. Let's not forget that big, huge battle scene that just randomly comes out of nowhere. It is
Schwarzenegger picking up a car.
Yeah, he picks up the car, and everyone kind of like looks away from that scene because there's no predator in it. But that's when you first kind of see the predator with the scanning everything. But
it's just like a full off the film scene.
It's like a Call of Duty mission, but there is a memorable bit. You ready? Over here. It's a weird predator voice, and then he's like, turn around. You do it.
Yeah, turn around.
Why? He's like, why? And he pokes him with the knife, and he's like, thanks. And then what does he say? He says, anytime. I remember there is an error in that scene if you watch it carefully. When he steps on the scorpion, right? The scorpion is facing towards him when his foot goes down. No, when he puts it down, the scorpion's facing outwards. Then when he puts his foot down, it's facing inwards. I always picked that up as a kid. That's called continuity editing in what we teach at school. But teaching Predator.